Hello, everyone. Welcome in. This is Andrew, the Archon philosopher, talking philosophy to the philosopher and all of us. Today, I want to talk about an idea. I expanded on the idea of quantum tunneling, and this is called ontological disintegration. It's something. What is it? But before I get into that, I just want to point out, I put a question up on my post on the channel. If someone would be good enough to try to answer that question, I think it's fundamental and profound with massive ramifications. Anyway, take a look at that if you like. And anyway, let's get on with the video here, ontological disintegration. Well, I discussed ontology. It's the study of being. So being with a capital B puts activation onto reality. It allows reality to be known, to be spoken about, to be confirmed, to be real. So this is a most important situation that sentient creatures only can put onto reality. We are the creatures who can speak about the universe. We are the voice of the universe. Hey, that would make a great radio show, the voice of the universe. Well, then we are all sentient creatures, human, non-human. We speak about the universe. But what is the disintegration? Well, integrate means to pull together, and this is a pulling apart. What we see in the quantum realm is something called wave-particle duality. At some point, you look at it, it can act like a wave, and at other points, it can act like a particle, and the difference comes down to the intervention of a sentient creature, consciousness, coming in and getting involved in a very particular way. When it's a wave, it's in superposition, so it's neither here nor there, but upon a measurement can become here or there. And we have a number of rules, the Born rule, the uncertainty principle, the Schrödinger equation. All of these are involved in quantum tunneling, which allows a particle to assume its wave probability and to appear on the other side of barriers, or indeed outside of the atom if it's within the atom, or outside of a molecule if it's an atom within a molecule, or a molecule outside of the body if it's a molecule. And this point has not been made, and this is what we should be talking about, is that at all times these particles are just becoming, and I'm going to use the word free particle, although it may have a slightly different sense in physics, but a free particle in that it's no longer attached to the classical glob world that we operate in, and just seems to be floating around waiting for someone to take a measurement. And a measurement's a pretty particular thing. You have to gain information about it, and some people call it a numerical information, but we can choose a different symbolic system, and a logical information or language information. But we need to get information from it, and this is a collapse of a wave function. So we put a definiteness onto it, and then it becomes, in the classical realm, it has being now. But up until that point, what we're looking at, if we look outside and all around us, particles are just jumping out of where they are, and they're existing in superposition, awaiting a measurement to collapse back into one of these classical globules. So how often does this happen? I'm not quite sure. I don't think anyone knows for certain, but it's happening, and it's happening a lot. You can create it to happen. On flash disks, they have electrons which do this all the time in order to store memory. So this is something we know about. This is something that we can harness. And it is something that ultimately, if there's no one going to take a measurement, if there's no information going to be provided or made available to a sentient creature, then these free particles are all around us. And my concern is that if there are no sentient creatures to take that measurement, to collapse the wave function from a measurement, and to remove whatever it is from superposition, what's going to happen is that reality, which is the laws of physical nature, but more so the things within the universe. The things are going to just decohere, and I use the word disintegrate. They're going to move into superposition, and the world is going to become filled with free particles. But this is not happening. We see it's not happening. We do not have ontological disintegration. What we have are things in the world. Trees are trees, the ocean is the ocean, and everything else is just fine. So someone is taking measurements of this in order to maintain the stability of the world and prevent all these free particles from just becoming, I don't know what it would be or what it would look like, because if you look at it, you collapse the wave function. This is the whole thing. You're gaining information. There's free particles, and you see a tree, and the free particles are in front of the tree. The free particles you just assume are part of the tree. If you can gain any access to the free particles, if they're big enough, then they just merge back into the tree. Or if you're looking at the ocean, there's free particles all over the place. You say, oh, that's the ocean. They merge back into the ocean. And so the stability of the world is assured. Now, I've spoken how it's a carnivalization between sentient creatures and the world. And this is part of our job, to preserve the world. And in order to preserve the world, we have to preserve sentient creatures. I think this is an overriding objective to maintain the universe. If we don't have any sentient creatures, we can imagine fewer and fewer sentient creatures, then the world will become smaller and smaller, and you get to the edge, and it will recollapse into whatever you think it's going to recollapse into, and let's hope you don't have any strange ideas. But these free particles are free to be collapsed because there's no competing information. Bohr's irreversibility constraint no longer applies. So this is a danger if we don't have enough sentient creatures to maintain the stability of this. And at that point, if we get down to one sentient creature, if suddenly all the sentient creatures in the universe die but one, this sentient creature is living here, walking around, and everywhere it walks, it will collapse wave function as it goes. But outside of that, there is just ontological disintegration. And when that sentient creature dies, of course, the universe dies, because there is no one left to speak about this universe, no one left to confirm this universe. And anyone who would say that universe still exists it's just fiction. There's no confirmation, there's no evidence whatsoever of that universe. So what we hope, what we're hoping is that we don't encounter a universe in which there's no sentient creatures for which to confirm that universe. And then eventually all the particles will move into free particles, and then we have ontological disintegration, a disintegration of the being of that universe. So this is an astounding thought, I guess. I hope it's astounding. It was astounding to me. And we're looking at quantum tunneling as being the word used today. I don't recall hearing that when I was studying this. I think it's a newer word. And apparently it's happening in the flash disk. So the next time you plug in a flash disk, just think that if there were no measurement taken, if there's no evidence of information made available to sentient creatures, then there is no universe. And just be happy that we're here to confirm this and to sustain it in our process of carnivalization. We give to the universe so that the universe gives to us, so that we give to the universe the stability we need to continue. Anyway, that's the end of this discussion. And again, please go check out that question I have. There's a theory about protons doing this quantum tunneling to achieve very closeness with another proton. And if that happens, what we have is fusion. And just one proton meeting another proton in two hydrogen atoms is a lot of power. So we want to look at this closely and answer some questions about it. So take a look at that, and we'll hopefully come up with another interesting video. I have a lot, I guess. So thanks for coming in, and remember, once we know where we are, we will know who we are, and then we will know what to do. Until next time.